Hello everybody, Said here, and we got a reaction video today of immigrants coming into the United States and receiving free room and board. That includes apartments, that includes houses, and that includes utility bills. They don't have to pay any of that. So we'll go to our interviewer who's asking them questions. Roll the tape.
How much is rent here?
Free. 2 years, 2 years.
You heard that? How much is rent here? Free. 2 years. Isn't that enough to get your blood boiling? Let's go ahead and run that tape.
After 2 years, we have to pay the rent.
All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez in Brunswick, Maine, reporting to you from the apartments where migrants are getting their rent paid for up to 2 years.
Wow, look at this place. This is nice. This is a nice place to live in. Usually a place like this with a one-room apartment is going to cost you in excess of $1,800 and up a month. They're staying here for free. They are staying here for free with no utility bills. How bad does that break your heart, huh? Let's go ahead.
Wanted to give you guys a first inside look at these units. The migrants shared with us that they come furnished, so they have a flat screen TV in there, couches, tables and chairs, a bed. We also asked them as well, hey, are you paying utilities here? They shared with us that nope, they do not have a water bill, they do not have an electricity bill.
Wow, do you see that? You see how nice those places are on the inside? And they, as I said before, they have no utility bills. Great.
And what about the light and the water?
Everything is good. We don't pay anything.
Now, I wanted to focus in on this area of Maine because there is a housing crisis going on currently for residents, and these buildings were initially created for Maine residents, but then it was decided that homeless migrants would be living here. Now, as an American, you can rent out one of these units, but a one-bedroom is going to run you about $1,800, and a two-bedroom is going to run you about $2,300.
You heard that? $1,800 for a one-bedroom and $2,300 for a two-bedroom. This is a dirtbag society we're living in, doesn't it? Roll the tape.
By the way, the average housing price for a house over here in Brunswick is about $480,000. So there was obviously...
The cost of a house in Brunswick is $483,372. The average price, that's almost $500,000. The average price. That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah. All right, let's move on here.
a lot of outrage when it was first discovered that migrants were going to be housed here for free on taxpayer dollar. Now I wanted to focus in on Brunswick as well because this is the same county that has received FEMA funding from that same program that spent almost $1 billion through the fiscal year of 2023 and 2024 on sheltering illegal immigrants throughout the United States of America. By the way, FEMA coming out and
$1 billion they collected to house immigrants. What are they going to do with these immigrants? I've heard that they're going to get them in on the voting system so they can have voting going the way they, want to have it. Well, you don't need immigrants for that. They've been controlling things all these years, right? What do you need immigrants for? But it's targeted against us somehow. This is really a dirtbag government who's over us, and we really should do something about it. We should stop this bickering and pettiness amongst us and place our focus on the government, because they are really shafting us with no KY jelly. Think about it.
out and saying that they have run out of that funding.
We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This is why I wanted to come up this way. This is why I wanted to.
FEMA does not have the funds to make it through a hurricane, but you got funds enough to give out to immigrants, both legal and illegal. What's up with that, huh? Roll the tape.
Come to Brunswick because I wanted to show you guys a comparison of how the federal government is treating American citizens versus illegal immigrants and migrants in this country. This is how migrants up in Maine, up in Brunswick are living. We also went to Bangor, we went to Lewiston, and there are African migrants who share with us that they really like it over here, that they've been treated very well. We spoke to Catholic Charities who told us that they are expecting more migrants. They're actually bringing more migrants up this way.
Yes.
They're expecting more migrants. And they're rolling out the red carpet for them. You got to ask yourself, people, what's the purpose of this? What is the actual purpose of this? This is pure evil that you and I have to pay dearly to have something like that, and they just come right along and just scoop it right up. I mean, it's not their fault, but why is our government being so kind to them? Oh, you can best believe there's a price tag on it. But meanwhile, they're shafting us. All right, let's continue on.
Yeah, so we're expecting up to 150 refugees starting yesterday until September 30th, which is the fiscal year. And then we also have walk-in clients, which will increase those numbers. Generally for refugees that we know are coming, we help them get set up with an apartment, but we're always looking for like other landlords to work with as well for apartments.
So I wanted to give you guys an idea of what was going on in Maine, the uppermost corners of the United States of America, where you wouldn't expect there to be migrants. This is a direct result of the open border, the illegal immigration crisis that has been allowed to prosper over the past 3-4 years, and it's stretching to even areas of America that you wouldn't expect.
And that was in Maine, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on in Maine. They're being treated like royalty in Maine. Now, I've been to other countries, and I know this thing happens in other countries. It does. And I'm okay with that. It's not a problem with that. The problem is, why is our government being so good to them? Which all governments are good to the immigrants, but our government is being just a little too good to them. 2 years rent-free, no utilities paid. I mean, when they come for what they want, what are they going to ask for? Their firstborn? Meanwhile, what's to become of us? I'll tell you what's going to become of us. Prices are going to go higher and higher and higher. And, well, it's inevitable that anarchy will start. It's already starting in some places. There's a place in Seattle. I forget what the name of that place is. I need to find that video clip. But it's in Seattle. And it's, I forget what they call it. It's an acronym for when they seize one place and mark it off, and police won't even come in that place. And of course, all kind of lawlessness goes on there. If this keeps up, this and some other things, that's the future of the United States. If you ever saw the movie Escape from New York, those who've seen the movie know what I mean. Those who have not seen it, go see that movie. Escape from New York with Kurt Russell. Go see that movie. And you'll see where the United States of America is heading. It's inevitable. And what's making it easy is that we're not doing anything. That's the bad part. We're not doing anything except complaining. Other countries revolt, they object, they march, both peacefully and not. They take action. Americans don't. Americans just love to sit on the couch and eat and play with their shiny things. You see, while we were busy playing with our shiny things and chugging food in our faces round the clock, this is what was happening. So there's no one to blame, actually, but us. If the government knows you're not going to do anything, well, they're going to try all kinds of things. Think about that. And I'm going to cut this right here. Just wanted to let you know what was happening up in Maine and how well our immigrant friends are being treated, which they should be treated well. I'm not saying that. Don't mistake what I'm saying here. Don't twist what I'm saying. Of course, you accommodate and you help them because some of them are trying to get away from bad life. I understand that. But the United States of America is not only taking them and, taking very good care of them, they're also taking their dregs of their jails and their hoodlums and making sure that they live good too. Hence the problem up in Chicago. Yeah, they're about ready. It's about, check it out, Chicago. It's about ready to be a gang war up in there because the Venezuelans are coming up and they're trying to take over. And the Chicago gang members are like, that ain't happening here, cuz. So, government officials, look at your dirty work. Look what you're doing. You're creating a bad situation for us all, including yourselves. I know you got a place to run underground and everything, but it's not going to be good for you either. But as I said before, we're going to end this right here. And once again, this is Sid saying thank you for watching. And I want you to take care of yourselves. Take care. Be mindful. Peace out.